Hi guys, today we're going to do a rudimental lesson and it's going to be on four-stroke ruffs, or rudiments that are like four-stroke ruffs if you interpret them a little bit. Now a four-stroke ruff, as everyone probably knows, is like a drag but with three grace notes in front of the downbeat instead of just two. So one way to interpret it, the standard American version I guess, is to just play four single strokes like this, and basically the last one is the downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that, where the three come before the actual beat. Now that's pretty easy, pretty standard, but there are a whole bunch of other ways to stick that, and I'm going to tell you them not necessarily so that you'll know, oh, I'm playing the Scottish version or I'm playing the Swiss version, but so that you'll just have personal options. Not everyone likes to do the single stroke four. I grew up not doing the single stroke four version until someone told me I was wrong, but if it's open to interpretation, you can't really be wrong, right? Right. If you look through the world, there are a bunch of versions. Now if you just keep it very strictly, it is definitely a four-stroke ruff. There are four versions. There's the single stroke American version, then there's basically the Scotch version is a paradiddle. Same sticking as a paradiddle, it's just ahead of the beat. Then there is the German and Dutch versions, which are basically a triple stroke and a single. That's what I grew up doing because I just figured if a drag was that, then a four-stroke ruff would be that. And I got really good at bounce control, working on that, before I realized it was the wrong way to do it. It actually sounds good depending on the tempo, obviously. Now what's funny about that is the Germans call it the Fransösischer ruff, or the French ruff, even though the French version actually is not that. And then the Dutch call it the Voorslag van Drie, or the stroke of three, or something like that. And it's the same one. Then the last version that is sort of definitely the same interpretation of three grace notes and a downbeat is the Basel, Switzerland / actual French version, which in Basel they call it the half ruff, and in French it's the Ras de Trois, or the roll of three, which I guess they're only referring to the grace notes. And it's basically left, right, right, left, or right, left, left, right. So all the normal ones were the American, the Scotch, the German / Dutch, and the Basel / French. And if we extend a little bit, dig a little bit deeper into the pile of rudiments, we come up with the Scotch triple Birle, which is basically the sticking left, left, right, left, or right, right, left, right. But in order to technically be the rudiment, the triple Birle, it has to be inside of a set of 16th notes and played as a triplet. But that's a technicality, I think. Realistically, the defining feature of this is the essentially four-stroke ruff, but with the double, single, single sticking. And if you dig a little deeper into the barrel and you stretch your imagination a little bit, you can actually come up with the hybrid cheese rudiment, which is a flam on a drag, as being sort of the same thing as a four-stroke ruff. And of course the hybrid version is not the first time this has been invented, because hybrids didn't exist until maybe the 70s at the earliest. The Dutch system has a thing called the Verweisselslagen, which is a flam on a drag onto a regular note, which is basically what a cheese is, but it's all ahead of the beat. The Basel system has the same thing, and they call it a Dreierstreich, or a three-stroke, and it is the same thing. It is a drag with a flam on it. And then the French have, again, the same thing, but they take it a step farther. They call it a Fla-ga-da, old school onomatopoetic rudiment name. And the Fla-ga-da, the drag portion of the flam drag tap is accented, so hence the name Fla-ga-da. It kind of says its own name. Now, if you really want to stretch and reach for it, you can go one farther, back to the French again for the Coup Roules, which is basically a set of triple strokes, and there's a flam in between the second and third triple stroke. And the triple strokes end on the beat, so it kind of fulfills the three notes before the downbeat version, interpretation, definition of what a four-stroke ruff is. It'd be something like, which basically takes the Fla-ga-da cheese concept and flips it around backwards. So you're doing the double and then the flam. But you still have 3 notes preceding the downbeat, like that. So left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, but with more of a flam timing at the end. So why do I tell you this? Again, just to give you options, ways you can play 3 grace notes before a downbeat that are not just the single stroke 4 interpretation. So if you want to see these notated out, my book, Encyclopedia Rudimentia, is out on Hudson Music. You can also get it on Amazon.com. It comes with audio examples, and it's a super great resource. 850 rudiments, so we only went through like 9 versions of the 850 that are in here. It doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of the rudimental content. But what I do in there is give you, like we did today, a huge range of options for any given rudimental concept, and you get to know where they came from, whether it was the Netherlands, or France, or Germany, or Switzerland, or America, but from the 1800s, or wherever the rudiment came from. It's kind of interesting to know that. It helps you sort of draw a line from one thing to the next. And again, it gives you choices for interpretations of figures that are otherwise sort of ambiguous. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.